everyone, this is Dylan from the TriniGardener channel here again, and I thought I'd bring you all along for this short video. I'm just going to be pruning some of my tomatoes. Pruning your tomatoes is something that you have to do if you want your tomato plant to survive as long as possible. Generally, your tomatoes will die from something called blight or other fungi such as powdery white mildew. It's a white substance that you get on the leaves, and it's something that every tomato farmer will tell you just can't avoid it, which is to an extent true, but it's even if you can't avoid it entirely, it's something that you can definitely delay, and delaying it means pruning your tomatoes frequently and properly. So in this video, I'm just going to show you very quickly how you'd prune your tomatoes in the most efficient way to make sure that your tomato plants stay healthy and strong for as long as possible. Let's do it. Okay, let's have a look at this tomato plant. Right, you can see on top the leaves are nice and green, right? No problems here. Look what happens when I go lower. Right, as you get lower, right, these lower branches, you can start to see some early blight. That's what those yellow spots are, yellow and brown spots are, right? And if you notice, it's at the bottom of my plant. Now that's something that you can't avoid. The lower leaves in a tomato are very susceptible to things like early blight and powdery white mildew. So what do? All we can do is control where the virus happens, and it's something that's going to affect all of my tomatoes over here. So what I'm going to do, and what I recommend that you do, is all of your lower leaves, all of them, all the way up maybe almost 8 inches, almost up until the first sucker here. We're going to take them off, and that will help us to prevent early blight and powdery white mildew from taking over this entire plant. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, right, of my scissors, right, and I'm just going to, right, being careful not to hurt the branch itself, and I'm going to take off that branch. After I take off that branch, coming over here for this one, right, and same over here for this one over there, all the lower branches. All right, I'm even going to probably take off this one because it's hanging down, and touching underneath there is not going to be good. Right, good. I'm even going to take off this one here. Right, okay. So look at what happened there. So now you can see that my tomato plant is really separated from the soil. The soil is where all of these viruses come from, right? So by elevating your branches, it means that when water drops here from the rain or whatever the case might be, that no viruses are going to be able to make their way from this soil up into my plant. You don't have to worry about the stem. The stem has a membrane that protects it. The leaves are what are easily affected. So let's get some pruning done. Right, so now you can see the bottom of all these trees. There's no foliage on the ground, touching the bricks, touching the soil, and that's also going to help with airflow through. Alright, so this is something I'll do almost every 3 weeks with my tomato plants to make sure that they stay as blight free as possible, and this will also help keep away powdery white mildew. So the rain is actually coming down on me now, so I just hope you all learned something from this video. I hope it was educational. If you found this to be useful, share this with a friend. It'll help them to grow more food for themselves and their family. Once again, this has been Dylan with the TriniGardener channel, reminding you to get up and get growing. Take care.